Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday? Or is it Tuesday?
Mm. It is
Monday.
Tuesday.
To Tuesday. Follow up. So, guys, welcome. Really glad to see you guys around. Hey, stock scalping, Samurai, how is it going? How is trading? You I remember yesterday we have a little conversation on adjusting entries and exits. And well, as long as you guys are making some money, you are doing fantastic. I just want to check out back on you. Also, I see Speed in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome. Really excited to see you around, my friend. I see you're improving a lot on your trading. And well, that was a good setup that you had there. Actually, I think it was a pretty good one. But yeah, the update was also claiming for a confirmation. We also, of course, have Daga DT in the house. What's up, Malik? Long time no see. What's up, brother? And Retan, I don't know how to pronounce your name, my friend. I'm very sorry, but let me try. I'm gonna do my best. And oh, you're gone. Are you gone? Yeah, he's gone. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Kaloya, what's up, bro? Sidba, what's up? Chief Quanbees, what's up? How's it going? Really glad to have you around. Walter, what's up? Red Panda, what's up? And Yolpa, what is up, guys? And welcome. Remember, this is your class, guys. You can request assets, you can request setups, you can request settings, and if we don't have them, we'll show them to you right here. And if we have those videos, we'll point you out exactly where is it. And we have inspired Gare. What's up, bro? Welcome. Glad to have you around. What is up, brother? How was trading today, Alex? Let me know.
Trading garbage today, bro. It's
Yeah.
at least I'm being honest, is absolute trash, man. No, it's the day before FOMC, so it's really scammy, really choppy.
Great
If we're
cuts.
looking at
Let's go.
if we're looking at this, I mean, the VWAP short would have been the play this morning. I didn't like it off of here. I got stopped out here, but what happened, and you guys got to be careful of this, is that I had slippage. So the price literally on my exchange shot from here to here. So I had a $400 stop loss, and I got stopped out for like 800 and change. So that pissed me off. My exchange is going to fix it for me though, so that's good. They said they'll compensate it because of the slippage. Because I don't mind a little bit of slippage, like if it's like $50 or something, but it was a very big jump. Like it jumped from here to here within a second, and that's not acceptable. Like if I'm using your exchange, especially during a live stream and stuff like that. So that happened. Then I took a revenge trade, OC, and I longed here, and I made $500 back up. So I lost one stop out for $100, and then $800 loss here, and then I made 500 back. But they're compensating me the slippage. So really, I'm up $100 today. That's really where it is. And you know what? After that, I ain't trading for the rest of the day. This is a load of. The best way to keep your money sometimes, OC, is to stay away. Because when things are doing stuff like this, and they're just look at this, chop, jump, 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 jump. There's no trades to be had in here, in my opinion. Okay, we are in a buy level though. Okay, that's why I took this long down here, because I thought, hey man, I got stopped out. Slippage, which sucks. So like my first trade was here, right? My stop loss was below the wick in here, and then it just jumped on me. Okay, and then I was looking for this. You can see where VWAP is today too. And did you hear, OC? Gonna have an indicator made soon for Alexo Crypto.
Let's go, brother. Let's go.
Chart Prime,
nice.
baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. About what is it? It was about 10 time in a minute.
Yeah, I've only been here for how long have I been working here? A year and a half now?
That's it,
Jeez.
right?
right? How long do I have to wait? You know?
Well, we
Uh,
had a limited number of developers, of good developers. So yeah,
limited number of otters.
exactly.
Yeah, so I got long here, and then I got take profit one, and then I got stopped out for $500. So just chilling now, man. Just this looks if we're looking at this in general, what we can see here is very simply that prices come up and it's gotten rejected. Okay, so what is this? This is our rejection area that I showed you guys yesterday. Big volume support. Okay, matched with the golden pocket, bro. It doesn't get much easier than this. Except, oh, see, what time did this happen? Do I even have to show you?
Between 2 and 3 a.m., right? What time was it? 2 a.m., 4 a.m. I not quite seeing. Oh, 4 a.m. Look at that. Between 3 and 4 a.m. Holy shit.
I'm just gonna set an alarm, and I'm gonna trade it from 2 to 4 a.m. from now on, bro. It's not, and then I don't have to work for the rest of the day. I just what time did this drop? OC
3 a.m. Shit, you
Bro.
just said you showed at 3 a.m. That's fucking it.
Right? Crazy. Yeah, so I just wake up, press market sell at 3 a.m. and then go back to bed, okay?
Funny story. In the early
If
in
it
the early
happens
times,
tomorrow, bro,
Mhm.
I'm gonna retire. I just quit. I have I know the secret. I don't need to be here anymore. I just market sell everything, my whole portfolio at 3 a.m.
Love it, love it. but might be off commission. That happened to me once. Like when Binance was a thing, right after when Binance got hacked. Remember that a long time ago, they actually wanted to change the Bitcoin chain to get their Bitcoin back and to not hold accountable for their fuck ups. Uh, Right. So right after that, when they reopen their doors, so be careful with Binance. Be careful with Binance. All right. Do have a long memory, just like elephants. All right, guys. But around that time, I was trading with a couple of friends. All right, and we noticed exactly what you're noticing, but it was somewhere around 5:30, 5:45, or something like that p.m. my time, right, local time, MST, and we were going, hey, look at this. And it was only on the 15 minutes chart, right? We have that single candle that always moved the same volume, same distance, regardless, right? So it was at this time their freaking sell or something, and we had that big candle. And we said, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I mean, it was freaking fun for a while until it wasn't. Until it wasn't. It was like, finding the holy grail trading, and then it played out like around 2 months, right? But when at that time I mean I was not aware of like that kind. Well, I was aware of it, but you did not trust the market, right? It was like, hey, you know what? Like, could it be? But like, did we really caught a body here or something? And in the time, like, you still trust it and you still like add your money to it. Well, then, we didn't trade the full time, but it was pretty freaking fun. I mean, to figure that out, it felt like magic. Love it. Talking about crop markets. Remember the CRV trade that I was looking for? The actual freaking trade. Man, I need to watch my mouth in here. All right, so guys, I was preaching this short. All right, I was looking for this short. Look at my resistance. We even had a freaking box in here. And if you can take a look at here, look at that. We have the CRV trend line that we had in here, and also the CRV. What was it? The CRV. What is the CRV stuff? CRV1, and we have another CRV alert. Well, whatever. The point is, here it is. cross the trend line. So we're looking for this trend line to be crossed over right here, coming through, right? And then hitting my area of resistance, and I slip over because guess what? Well, that actually happened between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. And then the thing just reversed it, and that was on Saturday. This Saturday, decided not to trade. Well, whatever. I need to, like live with the actions of my decisions. This sorry, whatever that says. I'm just a little party out today, man. Sorry. I'm a little off. So the point is, like, we're coming back down. I'm looking for that support zone. We still don't have it. We keep coming back down. But right now, look at this spike in volume within that smart money entry. That's why I'm jumping in with a test long at these areas. So guys, remember really quickly before you open up your own position here, because you're still on time, I don't have the actual support ready to go. I don't have the confirmation. I'm front running the support area, right? Where is my support area? Here it is. And this is not a manual support. This is an automated, calculated support zone. We haven't even touched it, but we're bouncing off this big spike of volume, all right? This one in here and this other one right down here, as you can see, we barely touch in between those two, and then we reacted. So I'm taking advantage that we already have a peak performance. Let me show you something. For example, this other peak performance. Yeah. Look at this peak performance when it happened right there, right? And by the way, this is a free indicator. If you guys want to use it, go for it. It is the linear regression oscillator. And then I added another free indicator, which is the ADX, all right? Look at that peak performance, all right? It did have its reaction, but then we have a little bit of a further movement, and then we have the big pump, right? Worth it of the actual trade. So, and that is because of how the support and resistance were in here. So what do we have in here? The same thing, the same scenario. Daily support that haven't touched, so it means that we can still go a little bit lower. All right, our VRVP, yes, we're in the zone because it doesn't pinpoint areas of entries. Well, it does, but it pinpoints zones of entries. All right, so be careful in here. We can still go all the way down to 0.68. All right, and remember the main thing was losing the zoning here to bounce up and then continue downwards to TP number 1 and TP number 2. All right, so remember right now what I'm trying to go for, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, and that is because also we had a newly formed, or quote unquote newly formed loud order block in here, all right, that we haven't tapped out so far. And it is a 89% bearish, all right, loud order block, which means it has a magnetic force to it, all right? So, all right, we are closing out to a support. We are on support zones on our VRVP right here, all right? And we have this magnetic order block in here. Well, it's telling me, hey, you know what? We might have a quick pull up, right? Or a range. So I'm taking my bets in here. I'm taking my odds in here. And for the worst case scenario, I might have a little range like this, all right? And then if I see 1, 2 peaks and nothing, all right, my oscillator is also going to show a rejection or even a fake out like that. Or how would that look like this, all right? Like that. And then that will lead me to understand that most likely we are going to have a flat path of bearish continuation. All right, so just be aware of what are we looking up in here. Right, this is not going to be a Valhalla trade. This is not, hey, we're changing trends trade. Nothing like that. This is a, hey, I'm itching to trade this thing that I've been waiting for so long, and I see a little bit of opportunity to get this rebound. All right, so this bounce of the support area to the next resistance, then position myself for the serious position, right, and then ride it for a continuation downwards. So just remember, that's what I'm looking for in this area. If you're going to be jumping in, remember that this is an early entry. I'm taking it with the risk. I'm aware of the risk, and therefore, this is not a full position. Just because I see some new faces around here, I'm going to explain that once again. Let me clean this up. My wallet is X amount. All right. So whatever you call that, let's call that, I don't know, $100. All right. Out of that $100, I use a 3% of that $100, which equals $3, right? So $3. Come on, let me type here, $3 for one full position. All right. Then, since this is too small, I compensate with my leverage. All right. So I use between 5 to a 10x leverage. And then when I'm bullish, I use around a 10 to a 20x leverage. I tend to do much better on a bull market than in a bear market, and that it has to do on where me as a trader where was born. All right. So that is a psychological factor there. So the point is that I'm using a 3% for a one full position. All right. When this is less of a double A, triple A setup, this is not a good setup, right? This is, hey, let me test the waters. I think I can squeeze a little bit more out of the market, right? Sort of position. Therefore, this is, I don't know, something like a, what would be a B minus or less than a B minus, a C plus trade setup, all right, or a C trade setup. So I'm not going to be risking a full position. That will really impact on my wallet. So what do? I can have many things here. I can lower my X leverage. I can lower my percentage of entry, or I can do many other stuff, right? So what I choose is to lower my percentage of entry, directly changing the amount of money that I'm going to be injecting in this trade, all right? So this is a quarter of a trade. So a quarter of a 3%. Divide your 3% in 4 and use one of those 4 pieces to inject into this trade. Yes, we're not aiming to become millionaires on this itty bitty tiny trade. All right. Just so you guys understand the math behind it. Right. So remember, it's all numbers. It's all numbers. And you can do anything as long as you manipulate your numbers on your favor. All right. So, all right. This has led me to take, for example, a couple of trades like this one. This is not a real trade, but I have taken, oh, come on. There we go. Trades like this one, where we have a lower high, lower low. We don't have a really good defined trend line. And then, well, I start seeing some momentum up with this big performance. All right, then I said, well, let me test the waters, all right, and it comes up, back down. I create my higher low. That's when I gain confidence. All right, this is when I gain confidence, and then I add to my trade to complete from a fourth to another fourth equals a 1/2 of an entry. So I duplicate my trade right here, and then it shoots up. All right. Be careful, especially on CRV, because look at what a shitcoin. All right, well, not what a shitcoin, but look at this thing. All right, this is, oh, come on, like for real. I mean, you have a trend line here. You all go all happy, taking your profits, entering on the right spot, right, riding the wave, and then it just dumps at you, takes your stop loss, and then hits up the target. All right, so this right here, that right there, it is typical from, at least at this point, CRV, for the point of view that we're looking into. All right, so just be aware of that, of all of those signals before you commit yourself into this trade. And if not, just wait for it to flag out to the right. If it bounced up, look for the retest downwards. Prepare yourself for that short scenario. And if not, if it starts flagging out to the right, again, prepare yourself for that bearish scenario. And your targets are 0.65 and 0. There we go, 58. All right, just so you guys are aware of what I'm doing. Just don't want to tell you, hey, this is a trade. just go and figure out what I was thinking, right? So nothing like that. All right, let's move into something else. Ethereum. All right, Ethereum. Oh boy. All right, I need to remember what Alex was mentioning. He was long in here and he was taking some profits right there. In fact, excuse me, Alex, he was long in
What a dump, man.
here and he was taking profits right there, right? So
Yeah,
exactly,
exactly.
exactly. Dude, what a sniper, bro! You're a freaking awesome sniper. I love it.
Look at
Uh,
it now. It shit the bed today. Holy smokes, man. It's
shit
the only
the bed.
reason why I'm not long right now. Cause you know what it is? It's you know what why ETH is weak right now? Because
is it?
Coinbase announced they're gonna do their own coin. So they'll know and they're gonna use the ETH network, but they bring on all of the like TVL and stuff for ETH right now, because like all bases is on Ethereum. So Coinbase is gonna say bye bye. It's gonna use ETH, but it's not gonna be using the ETH token. They're gonna have their own token. So ETH
So they're
could be in
rerouting through smart contracts.
Yeah, man.
Holy
ETH
shit!
could be in trouble.
ETH
That's a
could be
big
in
deal,
trouble.
right?
It freaking is. It's like being partnership to become an employee, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. Dude, I was not aware of that. I was not aware of that. I
That
mean,
was announced yesterday by Coinbase that they're gonna do their own token.
ooh,
Yeah,
that
pretty
is
wild.
me.
Because you know how
It's
like
pretty wild.
everybody gets on Morpho or Aerodrome for the Coinbase ecosystem, because
Yes.
Coinbase doesn't have a token. Well, they're gonna do something kind of like a BNB token, I think. You know, bullshit. But I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
there's a lot of money to be made, right? And at the end of the day, they don't give a shit. They want to make money, right? So that's what I see happening, man.
Exactly. And you guys should also wouldn't make give a shit. I mean, guys, one part is the emotion and what we think and what we decide in our opinion, right? And the other things follow the money. I mean, at least I cannot go ahead and tell Coinbase, hey, you're fucking this up, change it and make them change it, right? So if I cannot impact the wave, I ride the wave, right? So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. I still bitch around it. I still complain about it, right? And that's fine. I mean, that is part of having a formed opinion. All right, but coming back to this, all right, freaking amazing sniper trade that Alex took there, and I was mentioning, well, my entry it's a little bit lower than this. All right, I'm aiming at the golden pocket, right? Previous support, well into that support zone. We have a golden pocket right there from the very low to, and we did not have this high at the moment. In fact, that high I was calculating to be in here, and I took this leap of faith based on the previous growth percentage, right? And it was pretty close. All right, so right now we are on the golden pocket. We have a peak performance, but we are freaking flat. All right, we are flat everywhere that you turn out or turn around. We are freaking flat. So what is it? Are we ready to take that trade? Well, the answer is uncertainty. All right, I would say that responsibly, no, we're not. Responsibly, we can still go lower to the platinum pocket. I mean, look at the box right here. All right, in this box, that was the ranging box that I was looking into. Important right now that the time has passed, I should be updating this thing. So let's unlock it and let's push it up to the actual bottom zone, trying to get as close as I can in here, not diverge too much of this week. Again, very close to this one and touching as many points as I can. So as you can see, it's not that I'm going through as many points as I can, but getting an average of where, and did I? Yeah, I removed something important. But getting an average of important areas, right? Try to accommodate as many as I can. All right. So we are basically trying to close back inside of that area. We haven't closed that candle. All right. So what happens when we close back inside of a pattern, then the chances of hitting the bottom of the pattern comes or increase very, very much. So what is the deal? Responsibly, our area of entry, and let me picture this once again, just like we had in here, the other way around, just the other way around. After the breakout, your retest, your entry, and you take it with security, with trust in the market, creating that lower high. You have a little hint in here, and that is your entry. All right. Then you want a more like attached to it, like more closely related. This is it. You have your trend line, you have your breakout, you have your retest. And yes, very vanilla trade. All right, coming back down, and then then you have your worth trading here for waiting and giving that time to the market. So responsibly, guys, where is our entry? Our entry, it is not here. It is not here. It is not here. It is wherever it breaks retest, and then off we go. Our retest, better yet, creating a higher low. All right. Yes, we can have some sweep of the lows, like boom, like this V-shaped recovery, creating a range, having a little pause in marker, V-shaped recovery, going for a Wyckoff range, having then a maybe a spring, and then happy days of you go. All right. So far that's what I'm looking for. What do I want to do? That's different. I understand the risk, all right, and I'm looking throughout the day the responsiveness of this candle. If we're able to close above, I might be taking one of those CRV trades, quarter of an entry at 10x, I would say, Ethereum. And this is because of Ethereum. It always tries to sneak around me, man. And I'm gonna try not to, all right? Not to let it go. Again, don't want to give you FOMO. Don't want to give you FOMO. But look at your strength indexing here. It's increasing your strength index. And if you are lucky enough, if we are lucky enough to have this pivot up, it means we might have enough even strength to break out, retest, and then off we go. Is it a confirmation? No, it's not a confirmation. So let's give it some time on the 4 hours. In a better entry than a golden pocket, just the golden pocket does not take it or does not hold, it is your platinum pocket. All right. So here is your platinum pocket in between the 786 and the 887 zone. So we can still go for that sweep of the lows. And if we go for that sweep of the lows, I'm going to take a blind trade. What does that mean? In my case, I'm going to be, quote unquote, regardless, try to catch that whiplash. That means coming back down, entering for a trade, coming back up, exiting off that trade, all right, calling that out, and then seeing what next structure I get, all right? So that's why I'm setting my alert in here, and you see this little clock because that is an alert on this trend line. So there we go. That's what I got for Ethereum. Pepe, I'm already into a trade. We talked about Pepe trade yesterday, all right? And also, I mentioned this on today's show, Piper Academy. Gare, what's up? What's going on? What's up with Sol? It did break 230. Well, we had it right here. And no, we don't. So, oh man, no, we don't. We don't have that breakout. But let's go check that out. Why not? Let's go check that out. Oh, by the way, Zeus, that was a good one. So we're looking for that. Look at this area of support. We do have that area of support. There was also another zone right here if we failed. So remember, we're still looking for that peak performance. And I'm only bringing this up because you are around here and we haven't had that peak performance. So we might getting closer to a possible rebound trade, right? Not a hollow trade. So let's go take a look at Solana. Solana here, we have two areas of analysis. The first one that we've been following, it is this one here, and this is because somebody was asking or mentioning the $400 Solana. So what I did in here, it was calculating the next possible run up, all right? So this is, I'm copying the candle somewhere and then attaching it based on the volume and market cap predictions, right? So far we had, there we go, a 249 target right here, 230 down. No, really 231 a little bit right there. And then, well, at this point, Gare, I think we might get it. I think we might get it. And that should be on the next Solana. Let me bring that up. Solana
I'm
chart,
so
I have
long
another one.
on Solana.
What is it?
I'm so long on Solana.
You are so long in Solana. I love it.
I'm Solana Lana long.
Solana, long. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dude, that was a
yeah.
classic. Yes. So still not peak performance. We still not breaking through the zero line. We already have the flip of the ribbon. Your flip of the ribbon was right there. I'm not expecting you to catch the very bottom based on what I got in here for the 4 hours. But let's keep an eye in here because I think if we have bad luck, we might have a lower high. It can bounce. All right. It's not there confirmed. I don't want to also give you the chills in here or get you to FOMO out. All right. But I will be looking for that peak performance diamond, even if it's a little late, and then reanalyze what happens here. So I'm not long on Solana just now, my friend. I'm just not long on Solana. That is because this low matches with the next resistance right here. And we are in the middle of two support resistances. So not yet, but I need to admit that right here, and this was a call that Alex actually gave yesterday. Well, I did miss on that trade, but it's fine. This is the analysis that I have, but let me pass it over to you, Alex, because you're the expert on Solana, and it feels like I've been talking for forever.
Oh, that's okay. You gave me a vacation today, my friend. Thank you. Oh, too funny. Yeah, so if we're looking at Solana, obviously why Solana? And I've been yelling at you guys to get busy on Solana, right, for a while. Because dude, how many times do I got to tell people support and resistance on Solana? Like it's like you don't have to be smart. You just have to press the button, right? Look at the support holding the whole time. Every time you come back, long. As a scalper, heaven, right? Flip support. I got long here yesterday. Flip support. Up we go. Resistance, sell, right? Okay, so it's very simple on Solana, right? So reclaiming the high. So level to level. And I'll show you guys my support and resistance so you guys don't have to even think, okay? You just look on the right-hand side of the screen here. Merry Christmas. I mean, if you want to be, it's not hard to plot out support and resistance, but there's all my Solana long levels. But Solana's been outperforming Bitcoin, right? And Solana, in my opinion, needs to get to all-time highs. And what did we have yesterday? We had a massive correction, right? Look at the chop yesterday. So everything else is dumping. Solana held. We had an SFP this morning, and then off we go, right? This looks like bullish divergence, retracement, continuation trade. This looks strong. This is bottoming structure, in my opinion. So we are long Solana here, and we are in the money. So looking for that continuation. Now, how do you get in on this, right? You're probably like, okay, that's fine, Alex. You're long here. It's up here. So how do I get in on that? So when you're using your tools, you always want to look for key levels, right? So you can see how we're coming up to resistance. So we're obviously looking to sweep the liquidity from these highs right now. That's the target. I have a take profit just in front of that. I wonder why. Okay. And then we're coming up to a resistance level right now. Okay. Let's also pull some volume in here. Where do you think price is going to come? Support level? VWAP? Okay, so I'm looking here for a bounce. Okay, so if price comes into this area, let's say price goes into here, gets a rejection, comes back in here, does a little thing, I can jump on the trade there. So I'm planning my next trade, as you should too, right? So what do? You go in here, you say, hey, honey, you want to go for a nice walk? And you set an alert and you wait again. Okay. There's no reason to jump into this trade here. It's for us to set the trap and wait. Okay? But this is critical structure, right? You have bullish divergence. You have, this was like a 786 retracement level. Let's check. See if my eyeball works well. Yeah, it is 786 into a support zone, money flow point of control as well. Okay, so right now we're looking for this to come back into this area, make a decision if it wants to continue. I would like to see a higher high here first. Okay, I'd like to see this high being broken. And then I'd like to see the retracement and go. Okay. But Solana's been doing well. And obviously, when we zoom out on Solana and we look at Solana, what we can simply see is this thing is flying, man. Flying. Look at it. Valhalla. Okay. Naturally, you're going to have corrections. If we look at this bounce, though, this is a 382 bounce. Okay. What do we know about 382 bounces? Okay. We know that 382 bounces are very aggressive. They're aggressive. I wouldn't say they're weak, but they're typically aggressive if they break the high. If they fail to break the high, then we would look for retracement back down. Okay? But very, very strong. Right? You look at any sort of breakout, we can look at Bitcoin or we can look at anything, but you get a 382 bounce out of a key area. You're typically gonzo, as I would say, right? So let's go back and look here, right? When you broke out of this, swing low to swing high, you were gonzo, were you not? As soon as what? As soon as you broke the high. You break the high, you get going. Okay. So, am I saying we're going to Valhalla? Yes and no. Right now, this is a nice bounce for Solana, looking to continue to push. We'll see if it does continue, but this is looking really good. My concern right now is Ethereum. Even though we had a buy level down here, we want to see it reclaim the range, which it is attempting to do right now. It is attempting to reclaim the range here. So big liquidity sweep and trying to reclaim, let's call it 44.75. Let's try and get above and back trading here. But Solana's flying. How's Bitcoin doing? Nice. What can you see here? We can simply see that buyers are stepping in here. It's very obvious. Look at the Wicks. John Wick's grandmother lives here. Every time this thing has dipped, it has been bought up, which is bullish. Okay? Do they know something about tomorrow that we don't know? Probably. We don't know shit, right? But we can look. Sol BTC breaking out. Here we go. Okay? Look at that. Reclaiming the range. Okay? Reclaiming the range. What is this range? This is the Valhalla range. This is where Solana is outperforming Bitcoin. Right? We need to get above this range. Range bound theory says we rotate to the highs. We have done a breakout, retest, OC special, looking to rotate to the highs. Okay? I have alerts for reasons. Look at this. Nice bottoming structure. Breaking out. Flipping the support. Trying to move up. Bullish AF. Okay? So Solana looking really good. And that's how you do it, man. I have been bullish on Solana after our perfect little Wyckoff accumulation down here. And I've been telling you guys since then. Look at this thing since then. It has been astronomical, man. This thing has just ripped against Bitcoin. Okay? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see the breakout here. You see the Wyckoff accumulation. You wait for the spring. You wait for the push out, bang, 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 and off we go. Okay? Ask OC. He's the Wyckoff specialist, okay? But you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see this big accumulation, okay, against Bitcoin. Don't FOMO in. Set the trap, though. Okay? Our job is to be prepared traders, not not idiots, right? If you're gonna take revenge, take it smart, right?
Right.
Even today was my revenge trade. I took it in an area of confluence, right? At the end of the day, I did revenge trade this morning, but I was long here already, and I re-entered again. Okay, it's a golden pocket of the range. Okay, it was a golden pocket of the range. 786 buy level liquidity side order block continuation trade. I got out here because of volatility. Okay, I was still correct. Oh, if I only held that trade, who cares, man? There's more trades to come. Who cares, right? Don't be if only will get you into a lot of trouble trading. Be like, okay, I took the trade again. I made another $400. On to the next one, okay? So always planning, always next trade, patience, okay? Looks like Bitcoin's going for a fun ride here. See if it goes. But be safe, right? We got a very, very dangerous day tomorrow. 2:00. Exciting though. Exciting as well.
Exciting, man. I'm preparing my Degen back, brother. Oh, all right, guys. So we need to go. Time has run out. Alex, thank you so much for another masterclass. Guys, if you are any hackers, see you guys today. No, not today. Tomorrow. Dude, I'm just a little off. Tomorrow is hackers, right? Today is no hackers.
Tomorrow's hackers.
All right, perfect. So my bad. But guys, thank you so much for joining. And as always, well, if you go out party, make sure to hydrate. If not, you're gonna be a little lost like me. Other than that, guys, thank you so much, and see you guys tomorrow.
Later.
Later.